Good afternoon, everybody. Hope that you are very well, and welcome to this evening's live stream where I would like to cover Bitcoin, the targets to the upside for if we're going to be breaking into all-time highs. I would like to cover Ethereum. I would like to just give an update of how this is progressing. I'd also like to cover Cardano ADA in tonight's video. So we got a few different altcoins. Obviously, primary focus tonight is going to be Bitcoin. The potential, obviously, we're very close, just a few percent under the all-time highs. So naturally, I'm going to be discussing Bitcoin and the all-time high scenario. And I suppose we will have to approach the viewpoint of if we get a fake out or a move to the downside from here, some levels to basically be trading from should we break down. I think it's always wise to be prepared for both scenarios in the market. Okay, you got to have your plan for if we do break all-time highs. You have to have a plan for if if we do make our way down from here. And I truly believe if you are not prepared for both scenarios, then you just have to think to yourself, what are you going to do if you're only looking for bullish scenarios and then you get a move to the downside? Well, instead of being prepared and ready, you're going to find yourself in the that deer in the headlights, like, oh my God, what do I do? You're either going to end up panic selling or you're going to miss an opportunity to get a really nice long position on a dip. So I feel, all well and good being prepared for the upside, but if you also prepared for the downside, you can get into those really good trading positions. And that's what you want to be in. You want to be in that position. You probably will have noticed on the title of the video, the thumbnail, I'm thinking to move away, and I have in this video starting tonight moved away from the I don't know the right word for it, but the capital letter titles, because of a few different reasons. I was thinking to myself, I was chatting with some people, long-term people that I've known for a long time, and I come to the conclusion, actually, we like to class ourselves, and people love the content that we give because we like to, really love the charts. We absolutely love the technical analysis. We like to say that we are the highest level of, professional analysis that you're going to be able to find in the cryptocurrency space. So it kind of didn't make sense when we started to do these, crazy thumbnails and the crazy titles didn't really fit what we're all about, and that is a professional place where you can learn to trade, feel safe when you're trading, and also just that level of professional aspect that we have, and like that love for the charts. It didn't really come across. So I totally understand that this will mean that we'll get less viewers, less subscribers, less interactions, and hey, I'm not really that bothered about it, if I'm totally honest. So yeah, obviously we're going to naturally lose some people, lose some likes, but I think it's a worthwhile cut off because we kind of keep, I don't want to sound mean by saying this, but kind of the people watching our videos are at a higher, I suppose, are just after good technical analysis. So we will avoid some of the moonboy things, or we'll avoid some of the just what comes across with the clickbait. So it's like, yeah, we want to try and keep this professional, keep everybody inside of the group, at a professional standard. So that's why, if you're noticing, why is the title back to normal and everything like this? Well, that's basically the reason why I want to keep it back to what we're known for, and that's just purely looking at the charts, trading our analysis, and keeping it focused. So yeah, tonight I'd like to, start as I mean to go on and really bring it back to what we're all about, and that is looking at the charts here. I'm going to be going over some possibilities for the upside. Should we break all-time high again? This could happen the weekend, and I do want to give you some levels to be aware of. For if we do end up breaking down, obviously, this is what I like to say: the market at the end of the day is going to go up, down, or sideways. So the market is going to do absolutely anything, and this is the thing. 1,000 different channels on YouTube, 1,000 different answers of what Bitcoin is going to do. So I like to think, what value is there in just giving a random point on the chart and saying, hey, this is a whatever pattern, and this is the target of the whatever pattern. It doesn't really matter. Like, the thing that I'm thinking here is, there's no value in me just doing an opinion based off of nothing. So I feel there's value in me building up the charts, telling you, of course, you're going to watch 1,000 different videos. There's 1,000 different outcomes. But what we have to think is, what is the most probable? What is the most likely? And from working out what's the most probable outcome, that's where you're going to want to put your money, or that's where I would want to put my money. Of course, anything can happen in trading. And I will tell you that literally anything can happen in trading. This could shoot up, shoot down, head sideways. It can literally do anything. So we don't want to trade anything. We don't want to trade as a gamble. We want to put our money on the highest probability trades only, because that is the only way that we can be consistent over time. Period. Like, I am a very strong advocate of, if we start to take really poor quality trades, if we start to trade these sort of styles of trading that may, I just want to say, like, for me, I only want to take the best. And how do we get to the best level, or what I consider the best, or what I consider the highest probabilities? Well, we're looking at for our confluences, we're looking for our areas of value, and then we're looking for the reaction based off of the level that we're looking for. And I got some good examples for you over the past 24 hours, which I feel will help you. And then I'd like to move on to, what can we expect over the next, maybe just 2 days going into the weekend, possibly looking 2-3 weeks into the future here. If we do get this all-time high breakout, which is obviously above $60,000, less than $3,000 than where we are right now on the Bitcoin chart. That's not a lot in terms of percentages. So yeah, I do hope that you enjoy this video. Offers you some value, offers me some, enjoyment spending time. Honestly, I love to do the videos. I love to spend time with you. I love to interact with you all. So it's, it's nice for me to be here. I hope that you enjoy it too. And it sounds good. No, we can start with the video. So Bitcoin. This is what I've done here. I've removed everything from the charts. And this is the thing. Well, this is what everybody should be doing. I feel every maybe not every day. Obviously, I know a lot of the members are, they have a family, they have a full-time job. They can only trade for an hour a day, half an hour a day. So not everybody was going to want to do this. But what I like to do is kind of clear down my charts at the start of the day, work out, what's gone over the last, 8 hours of while I've been asleep. Wake up with a fresh chart, fresh perspective. Why do I like to start with a fresh perspective? Well, because in 8 hours while you're asleep, you could have been very bullish, for example, before sleeping, and you've gone 8 hours sleep and you've woke up the next day, and there's a possibility that the charts have drastically changed. There could have been a major factor that's happened over the past, if you're lucky, 8 hours. I know a lot of cryptocurrency investors, they think, what's 8 hours sleep? I don't know what that is. But in a good world, 8 hours sleep. And, a lot can change. So I like to come onto my charts with a fresh perspective. That's kind of what I'm going to offer you briefly here today. I don't want to go over full fresh perspective, but this is a blank chart. So what do? We like to do our technical analysis. We like to try and work out then, okay, from our technicals of a new day, what are we looking at here? Well, a few things actually are very interesting. Okay, so if we just add on 2 levels on the chart, we will know that we had our weekly, which has been our level now for a while. That's coming in at $57,452. And we all know the what happens. Let me just explain this. So let me explain this. Ladies and gentlemen, when you have a really simple line on the chart, this could be Fibonacci, this could be from your Elliott waves, this could be from your pitchforks, this could be from your channels. We're just going to use a simple horizontal level. Okay, so a simple horizontal level. If this is your key reference level on the chart, and you don't want to have 100 reference levels, I say you want to keep 3 reference levels, period. You don't want to have loads and loads and loads of lines. You want to keep it simple, and you want those lines to be effective. So once you've got your key horizontal level, and in my example, this is the weekly, and this is literally what I'm trading off of. So it's very important for me. And what we know is this is our key reference level. If you retest this level as resistance, then it's resistance. If you break through that level, then you expect it to hold as support. But if you then break through that reference level again, it then flips into resistance. So essentially this line is going to be acting as your support resistance line. This is going to be your key levels. Again, I want to stress you don't want to have 100 key levels on your chart. I think you want to have 2 or 3 maximum. You don't need any more. I think it's going to confuse you. But basically this line in your charts, I like to use obviously daily and weeklies. This is our key reference, and we can be saying that, while price is below our key reference level, this is resistance. If we break it, it flips to support. But if we lose it again, then it's going to be resistance. Okay, so it's almost, it's not really dynamic, I suppose, but it's just like your key reference level. So this is obviously the level we've been looking at. This is, we've had this on for a week now. literally 1 week old. So over the last 6 days, we've been aware of this level as a key important level. What happened last night? Okay, so what happened last night was we had a move briefly above the level, acting as support. We then lose the level going into the daily close. And you can see here, we make our way down below our key weekly. So what happens here when we lose this level? What happens? Well, really simply, this level became resistance. Okay, so this level was resistance here. You got the back test at around 6 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, when you got this resistance level, I have to think to myself, what confluence and what reasons do I have here to short? Because the weekly alone is not enough. I cannot just short off the weekly. That for me, excuse me, when I'm talking about high probabilities, when I'm talking about, and you have to remember, I'm trading with several million. So for me to put on a trade, I'm not just going to be taking a trade off of a 50-50. You know, as we say, price can go up or down. So I could long here and just hope it goes up. Because at the end of the day, I could think, oh, you know, I have a 50-50 chance. What's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that can happen is I can lose money. So I don't want to lose money. I'm not in the game of losing money. I'm in the game of making good trades and, you know, consistently making money. So this for me, it was not enough for a short. This weekly alone was not enough. But you start to study the charts, you start to understand the charts, and you start to think to yourself, okay, what confluences do we have up here? Okay, so what we can start to see, we actually start to build up a plan. So this is where you start to get your plans. This is where you start to get your confluences. Okay. And, you know, this really is how you become highly successful, in my honest opinion. You can see here we have the PDVAH. So we're coming into confluences. What does this give you? This gives you what is known as a CCV setup. Throughout the stream tonight, we're going into a little bit more detail. But for now, I'm just going to say, if you've studied our content, if you remember, you do understand exactly the theory behind this and what this means. For now, I'm just going to tell you that this is a setup that we have within Chart Champions. It's a strategy that we have, and it's called the CCV setup. So basically what happens is we come back down below our weekly, and we can clearly see we have acceptance below our weekly. So what does this mean? It means we start to see prices actually accepted below our weekly. That has now flipped into resistance. So suddenly, instead of just having the weekly level alone, we start to have really high confluences. We start to see acceptance below the weekly. We start to see trap longs above the weekly. And we start to see a CCV setup. Well, not start, like period, you had a CCV setup. So ladies and gentlemen, you can see here, this gives us our CCV target, which is a short. I will stress for you today. There's been two updates from myself and the coaches who work for Chart Champions today. I done my daily update sheet, and Victor, who is a coach at Chart Champions, done a live stream this morning. This was literally at like 7 a.m. 7 a.m. He done a live stream for the members. I love Victor. He's a very professional guy, and he done an update this morning, and he was in a short position at 7 a.m. today on the Bitcoin chart. He was also going over the CCV setup. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you this. So we obviously had our CCV setup. I was telling everybody that I am in a short position at the moment. So really simply from my update, which was from 11 a.m., I was saying I was short. Victor, from his update at 7 a.m., was also in a short. So we have two of the main guys in short positions at Chart Champions. Well, then I want to show you here how this really plays out. You can see here the target. Okay, so you can see here the target, 55,183. Okay, this was a post from within the group at 10:30 saying I personally am waiting for lower on Bitcoin. That was in the Champions group, and this is obviously a screenshot just taken from my morning daily update that I do every day, Monday to Friday. Also saying obviously I'm in a short position, looking for further downside. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we had that CCV target. Really simply, I had my shorts from the weekly, as you can see here, $57,438. That weekly coming in at $57,452. So essentially my short was from the weekly on the back test here. Where have I taken that down to? Look at this, the close price, $55,218. Basically a slight front run of my CCV target. This was a take profit for me because I recognized this is a major level on the chart. For me, myself, and the champions, we recognize why this is a major target. Okay, because we understand it. We understand the strategy that we're trading. Well, ladies and gentlemen, so like I say, I'm not here to do anything else other than show you my trades. And I truly believe I don't need to express anymore, and my trades will do all the speaking for me. Okay, I'm not here to brag. I'm not here to put other people down. I'm not here to do anything else. I'm just here to share my trades, show you what I'm doing, and like I say here, no words needed. This is no words needed at all. Ladies and gentlemen, we were able to time not only the exact high of the move, then not only the exact low of the move, but then also, well, this is the outcome, right back up to that weekly. So over the past 24 hours here, I was able to short this from recognizing the CCV setup, take profits on this down at literally the exact low of the move. And well, the rest is history, and we're right back up to where we begun the day. Literally right back up to where we've begun the day, back up at that weekly. So a few things I want you to take away from this. A few things that I really do want you to understand. You can be really, really bullish on Bitcoin. Hey, if you're really bullish on Bitcoin, great. But I view the charts of, I want to make money while price is going down. Hey, I want to make money, of course, when price is going up. And even if you're really bullish and you don't like shorting, well, don't you see the opportunities of being able to buy the dip? If you recognize that this is the CCV target, then hey, if you don't want to short, but you know the area to look for your longs, all I can say is look at this, 4.4% bounce. So I'm always under the perspective of where would you prefer to buy? Would you prefer to buy up here, trading a breakout, which in my opinion is a risky long? Or would you prefer to buy at the areas of support? Well, hopefully I think that's very obvious. I personally would always prefer to buy low and then take profits at the high. Whereas 95% of the market, and I do not mean this in a derogatory way, oh man, my English, I don't mean this in a bad way. I just mean this in, I would personally prefer to buy low and sell high rather than what 95% of the market do. Remembering that 95% of the market lose money. This is just a fact. Well, 95% of the market, they love to buy breakouts. I don't really like to do that. I would much prefer to get in my positions low when what's happening down here? Well, unfortunately, the people that were buying into resistance, they end up panic selling down here. It's just a fact of the market. I'm not trying to be mean. And I would prefer, instead of panic selling down here, recognize why we're bouncing, why this is the target, buy here, and hey, this is where I prefer to take profit. That removes the FOMO. You know, there's no need to FOMO in up here because you could have got your position, one could say you could have got your position down lower. Okay, that's just a simple fact of the market. And I wanted to present this in a way so you can start to understand how we originally start to, I'll show you the timestamps. At timestamp 134. No hindsight, 134, the move absolutely at the lows here. Right? And, that's just recognizing what I'm trading. Again, I knew that trading setup. I knew why I was taking that short today. I knew where I was wrong. E.g., I had a stop loss. There was no guarantee I was going to get that short, right? But I knew where I was right, which was down here. That's the target. I knew where I was wrong. And hey, I got it right. And we bounced perfectly off of our CCV target. And now we make our way back up to the weekly. So I hope you've enjoyed this little start of the video to talk you through the CCV setup, how I've traded the last 24 hours here. And, takeaway points, remove the emotions. If you're emotional about trading Bitcoin, most likely is that you're trading with too much money than you can afford to lose. I think that's why a lot of people get emotional. There's no need to get emotional in these charts. If you're just really simply trading this in a non-biased way, at the end of the day, personally, I don't care if Bitcoin's going up. I don't care if Bitcoin's going down. I don't care if it's going sideways. I viewed it every single day. There's a trading opportunity. I viewed it every single day. I can make money whatever the direction, whatever the situation. So it should not matter to you as a trader if Bitcoin's going up or down, because you can approach the market in a short or a long. That's my perspective. And I hope you've enjoyed that quick walkthrough. So that brings us up to Bitcoin then. Let's look at this on a bigger term time frame. Yeah, let's look at this on a bigger term time frame, and let's look at this on what we're going to be looking for then if Bitcoin breaks up here. So what we're going to do if Bitcoin starts to break $60,000. Let me just take a quick. A lot of people don't like me having my throat. These are not sweets, by the way. I have to stress this. Like, people are like, Daniel, I hate it when you have these things. But the thing is, my throat becomes sore. This is not a sweet for my enjoyment. This is a sweet that helps me talk. So there you go. I'm going to have to pop one because otherwise my throat starts to die. But wow, we have. I'm surprised. I'm surprised with the numbers here, actually. I thought we were going to get a lot less viewers than normal, but wow. we're hitting 2,200 viewers. That honestly surprises me. I did think we were going to get a lot less than normal. And what I can say, ladies and gentlemen, is if you are enjoying the content, you know, I hate to be the guy that does, you know, kind of ask for the likes, but I am going to be the guy, and I'm going to say that if you're enjoying the content, if you want me to come back and keep doing these, you know, I obviously love the, you know, I love to interact with you all. I'm going to read through the comments. And I would say that if you know, you can spare a second of your day, it's obviously absolutely free. You can give a like to the video, and that would be kind if you would like to give a like. We have 2,400 people in here, 500 likes. So hey, give a like to the video, turn that thumb blue, and you know, it shows appreciation, shows you like, you know, I'll be able to recognize people will like this style of video. Yeah, just helps me recognize what I should do. You know, if a video outperforms another video, I can start seeing, oh, people like this style, or maybe people don't like this style. You know, it's a good feedback way of me recognizing what people want to view, what people don't want to view. So it helps in that sort of creation process. So Bitcoin here. Let me just take a 1 minute break. I need to just do one thing before I start the Bitcoin section here. I just want to do this. I want to just write something here. 1 minute, literally 1 minute. I'm not going anywhere. I just need to write something. Cool. So yeah, Bitcoin then. So I want to talk through the first perspective of a bullish scenario. I think a lot of the people are just more interested in bullish all the time. So I'll start with bullish. You know, I will start off with this bull scenario. Hey, I mean, to be honest, yeah, you could say it makes sense to be a bull now. It makes sense to look for longs. At the end of the day, this is a massive bull market. You know, so I'm not saying that that's the wrong trade either. So I'm just saying, you know, people love to long. So where's the first way that we could say that? Where's a good? You know, I want to ask the question. Actually, let me ask the question. See how many people are learning. How many people are taking notice of what I teach. We're going to look for an extension here. Okay, we're going to look for the extension of this. Didn't want to add everything. We're going to look for the extension of this, and we're going to add it from the retracement here. What Fibonacci extension are we looking for? Of the length of this to down, what extension, which is our standard Fibonacci extension, we're going to be looking for. Okay, I'm interested in seeing here how many people get the correct answer. So yeah, if you want to hazard a educated guess, hopefully you've studied the content and learned. Let me know in the comment section, and yeah, I'm interested to know how many people. So I'm asking which is the Fibonacci extension here that we're going to be looking for. First, just a standard target. Just a standard target. Okay. And a lot of people have already got it right. So everybody is basically given the correct answer. So that makes me happy. It's obviously the one-to-one. It's obviously the one-to-one. And as you can see, lots of people guessing the correct answer there. Well, not guessing, I suppose. It's not a guess. It's just a fact of the market, I suppose. We can see everybody with really nice answers here. So I'm very pleased with that. We are looking for the one-to-one. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to hide this. I'm going to hide this. Take that off. Take this off. Yeah, there we go. So now we can add this on. We can just hide that for now as well. And what we'll do here, I still see all the answers coming in. I love you all, I really do. Here's the one-to-one though. So what we can do is we can start to build up a sort of a case here, can't we? So we're taking our Fibonacci from the low down here up to the high. And then what we do is we expand this from the low. Okay. So really simply, we are then looking for an extension of our last impulse. We're looking for a corrective wave, and then we're looking for the impulse to continue. As you can see, this gives you a potential target here of $72,590. This would be your one-to-one Fibonacci extension target. You know, this is the thing. Is it likely to hit this to the absolute dollar, and this is the absolute high of the market, and it heads down? You know, that's obviously not the most probable. But what is likely is that you get a form of reaction off of this. Maybe it's just a pullback before continuation. But this is a level that I'm aware of. And I think this is a level to pay yourself. Again, there's no guarantees that we even come up here. It could just do this, potentially, you know. But what I would personally do is if we come up to this level, I would start to pay myself. What does this mean? It means I'd start to take profit on my long positions. I would start to maybe convert some Bitcoin to fiat. I would start to just pay myself and not be left in the position which the majority of the market are going to do. Let's be totally honest. What happens in a bull market is very, very, very easy to make money. Well, quote unquote easy. Of course, it's not very easy. I don't want to sound condescending, but it's relatively easy to make money in a bull market. Now you just buy. So how is this, how is this generally going to end up? Well, the majority of the time, people make great profits in the bull market. You can buy every single dip, you can buy every single breakout, and generally speaking, you're making a lot of money. But what happens generally is, the market will turn, you will end your bull market, and you will start the bear market. People that have not taken profits, they see, people are seeing thousands, millions of dollars profit over this bull run. And you do not want to be, or I don't want to be, in the situation of making millions of dollars profit, not taking any of those profits, not realizing anything, and seeing massive profits turn to losses. Because I speak from seeing this happen way too often. Way too often I see this happening. Okay, so this is why I'm not saying we're going to reverse at this level or anything like this. All I'm saying is this is a level that I would be happy to pay myself. If we come up here, I would be not a trader if I was not taking profits and monitoring this reaction. Simple as that for me. It really is as simple as that. Like these one-to-ones for me are very key. If we're thinking though about an impulse, generally speaking, what's going to be happening? Well, if this is our impulsive wave, then you are generally looking for more of a correction, which could see this correction end something like this before another wave to the upside. So this is just something that I'm thinking we might not necessarily come straight up here. Like many people, I think, would just expect this if we break out. But I do think it's likely that you could see some form of a, running flat, for example, where you see something like this, puts in a higher low down here, and then it continues up. Yeah, I'd be very content if we saw something like this. I think it would catch a lot of people off guard, everybody buying the breakout. I don't know. You come back down for your higher low. Bitcoin loves these type of patterns. Really, it really does. So I'd be content with something like this. Again, I don't like buying the breaks. So what I'm thinking is if Bitcoin just literally does this, I personally would not be involved in a breakout trade. I don't do it. But so if we could do something like this that ends with a running flat, I'd be much more content, to be honest with you. Again, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that's how I would much prefer to trade this, looking to buy for a running flat. If we've got our impulse wave, running flat basically means we put in a higher low into C wave, continuing up for, well, potentially we're still in the third wave here. Yeah, we literally are potentially still in the third wave. I've done my whole Elliott wave count in a Champions live stream. So this, unfortunately, I cannot release for the public because it's a little bit very close to how I'm trading. And yeah, if you want to see that Elliott wave count, well, that I have given in the Champions live streams, that's if you just want to, you want to extra access. But for everybody here in this free video, hey, I'll just tell you this, that in my opinion, we're still in the third wave. I'm still expecting higher, but we definitely could see a running flat correction, which puts in a higher low here. Let's just say that. So, this really is my perspective on the Bitcoin chart. Personally, I wouldn't trade a breakout. I just wouldn't do it. But I would be happy to trade if we put in another higher low. Again, this is for a swing trade. This is really for a swing trade. I'd be happy to trade for another higher low. Obviously a long position. Doesn't look like, in my opinion, that we have put in a major high here. Overall, again, this might take a few weeks. But yeah, I don't see any reason why we won't be breaching $60,000. If I'm totally honest with you, I do believe we'll breach 60,000. Again, it might not happen tonight. It might not happen tomorrow. It might take a few weeks. But I am under the perspective that we will be breaking $60,000, to be honest with you. I have no reason to think otherwise at the moment. I have no real reason to think that we're not going to break it. So, yeah, essentially, I am expecting that to be broken, if I'm totally honest with you. But again, we could put in just running flat before it breaks. But at the end of the day, I personally am, overall, over the course of the medium term, I am expecting higher here on the Bitcoin chart. Okay, but doesn't mean I'm necessarily expecting it to go straight up here, because I personally would like a running flat. Take that for what you will, take that for what you will. But that's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin, hey. Let me just think in here. Is there anything else I particularly wanted to say on Bitcoin? I'm thinking about if we move to Ethereum now, Ethereum or Cardano. Just thinking if there's anything else that I majorly wanted to say here on the Bitcoin chart. I mean, takeaway points, I suppose, for Bitcoin before we move on to Ethereum, I suppose, is obviously it looks more probable that we're going to head up overall. Of course, it looks pretty bullish. But yeah, I personally wouldn't buy the breakout. I'm not really a breakout trader. Why I would prefer to always buy the dips. I would prefer to buy low than buy high. It really is as simple as that. And then my take profits are up at the highs. And if I'm shorting, I don't want to short at the low in fear. I want to short up at the highs. So I want to, it is a bit of a meme, but it's also very, 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 very true. I want to short up at the highs while everybody else is longing. And I want to long at the low while everybody else is shorting. Because what happens up here, everybody is FOMO buying. What's happening down here, everybody is fearful and scared. So I try and flip that on the head. Although it's a bit of a meme, but it's actually very true. My style of trading is I'm not really a breakout trader. And I'm talking about this on a swing trade. Of course, I can trade a scalp trade, but I'm talking about swing trades. I'm not a swing trader for breakouts. And so I'm going to be looking to, get into my buys on the dips and essentially look to take profits into, people are essentially FOMO buying into my sell orders, you could say. Okay, so that's my opinion on the market, how I like to approach it. I wouldn't be buying this breakout. I can tell you that for a fact. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't buy the break. So there you go. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Let me see if there's any nice questions. The thing is, it's very hard to read the questions on YouTube because the chat goes so quick. It really does go quick. But I'll see if I can see any immediately. Now here's a nice comment. I see this one because it tags my name, so it's just my eyes are just drawn to this one because it says my name. Hey chart champions, I missed the CCV setup from 2 days ago because I hadn't learned that module yet. Oh, that's unfortunate. He then goes on to say, though, he watched the CCV setup module today, or he's watched the CCV setup, and he caught this one and made over 6 years chart champion membership. Cheers and thanks, mate. Well, there you go. That is the power of learning. That's the power of investing in yourself, empowering yourself to study the content, to, this is just, brilliant. It's a brilliant comment. Why? Because it really emphasizes and shows to people, you study the content, you learn the content, and hey, you guy made 6 years worth of membership. So you're talking in the thousands here, profit off of one trade, and hey, sorted. And that's all from studying, understanding and learning, and that really does show you the power. It shows you the power. Okay. Apparently Elon's tweeted here. Yeah, again, I wouldn't bother looking at Elon Musk tweets. Like this for me is all new. This is all just like, I don't care personally, I don't care if Elon tweets anything. I don't care about stimulus. I don't care about any sort of news. The only thing I care about is the charts. And I think I've shown you that today. Why? Because was Elon able to tell us to short this weekly? Was Elon able to tell us to long the exact low of the move? Of course not. So if you're trading news, how are you able to take these shorts and look for longs here? You're just not able to do it, are you? You're not able to do it. So this is why the only thing I care about is the charts. Period. Like the only thing I care about is the technical analysis. And I've proved this, like I'm saying, I'm not here to try and convince you. Otherwise, I'm honestly not trying to convince anybody or change their opinions. All I can do is present my trades, and you can try and argue with my trades, I suppose, because my trades do the talking for me. I was able to short the exact high and close with my take profits at almost the exact low. So my trade is hopefully doing all the talking needed of why I trade in the style that I do, why I do the technical analysis that I do. And if people want to try and convince me otherwise, hey, I'm not going to get into the debate, and I will just continue to let my trades do all the talking needed in that regards. And that's how we done that today. That's how we were able to short the exact high and close that literally at the exact low of the move. Yeah, but this is a daily occurrence right now. Anyway, moving on. Ethereum. You all ready for Ethereum? You all ready for this? You know, my opinion, I know, of the altcoins is very controversial, I suppose. I have a controversial view of altcoins. It's not a liked opinion. But hey, I always try and say this. I'm not really here to make friends with people at the end of the day. I'm here to give people hard truths. Maybe not what they want to hear, but what they need to hear. Yeah, so I am totally not surprised when people don't like it when I talk about the altcoins that much, because I'm not an altcoin shiller. And people generally just want to hear what they want to hear and not what they actually should. But yeah, anyway, we'll move on to Ethereum, yeah? ETH. So what's the problem with ETH right now? What's the problem with ETH? Obviously, we had this really nice weekly level. We did bounce in the end. Weekly, you know, 40% nearly. So obviously you had a really nice bounce. But of course, this was influenced by Bitcoin also moving up. Ethereum, every single altcoin follows Bitcoin. Yeah, I want to say that's acceptable. The altcoins generally follow Bitcoin in exaggerated moves. But on top of that, nearly every altcoin is going to follow ETH. Again, yeah, there's a few exceptions. There's a few exceptions, of course. Matic, hey, yeah, that obviously moved up a lot. I'm aware of the exceptions to the rule, but we're talking about 90% of the altcoins, they're following Ethereum. And what's happening right now? Well, look at this. Simply, I follow a few altcoins. Cardano down 5%, Tezos down 3%, Algo down 1%, Ethereum down 2%, Bitcoin down 0.8%. So basically, all the alts are much more down than Bitcoin. And basically, Bitcoin's stealing the show once again. So if Bitcoin breaks up, the altcoins are going to go down. If Bitcoin goes down heavily, well, the altcoins are probably going to go down heavily. So my opinion is, I personally am not a fan of trading altcoins. I personally am, if I have a portfolio and I want to trade, let's say I have a portfolio of, I don't know, let's just say $100, and I'm trading $100. Well, if I'm just allocating my assets to what I want to trade, I would have $90 in Bitcoin to trade, and I would have $10 in alts. So I would allocate 10 to 5% of my portfolio for altcoins. This is why I have such a low focus on them, because I'm making more money from a 1% move on Bitcoin than I would be making from a 5% move on an altcoin. Really simply because I have so much more money invested into Bitcoin than I do the altcoin. So I'm able to make more money off of a 1% move on Bitcoin than I am on a 5% move on an altcoin. That's a primary reason why I much prefer to focus on Bitcoin, as well as, well, I just love to trade Bitcoin. Again, people can trade what they want, but at the end of the day, I feel Bitcoin is literally all you need. I honestly do feel you do not need to trade alts. But hey, people like to trade them, so hey, who am I to tell them what not to do or what to do? So, I do trade Ethereum, so I obviously am aware of what happens. But Ethereum right now, obviously pretty weak. It did bounce really nicely off the weekly here. Did bounce really, really, really nicely in the end of the weekly. We made our way back up. And this is where you do have to refer to the Bitcoin pair, because this also ended in a fake out. Okay, while it was holding back above the daily, I was thinking this actually looks pretty nice. But once again, and this is the thing with ETH, it is like the most disappointing, it's the most disappointing altcoin period over the past 2 months. Like every time you think maybe this time is different, it disappoints you. It's a very disappointing altcoin. Any sign of strength is immediately rejected. So this is where, it's acceptable, for example, to long here. It's acceptable to long here expecting maybe some form of strength. But as soon as you lose the level, hey, you need to get out of that, because otherwise you're bag holding, you're hoping. There's no reason at all, if you long the break, to still be in that position all the way down here. There's just no way in. There's no reason at all why one would still be in ETH, in my opinion. It's very disappointing. So you kind of made your move above the day. You instantly reject. There was no close, you instantly reject. That's when you get out of the position. And even from here, this is down 10%. It's not something I want to be involved in. This obviously coincides with the Ethereum USD pair really heading flat here. I mean, what can I say on this really? 1,300 was a crucial support. If you lost that, I felt you were heading down to 1,215. You held up in the end this weekly. You really made your way up on the Bitcoin pair. And I know this is a little bit too high level, bit confusing for people, but this is literally how you should trade alts. You've got to look at a Bitcoin pair, and obviously the Bitcoin pair is rejecting down up and around your daily. So if your Bitcoin pair is rejecting up around your daily, your USD pair is not going to be showing any signs of strength. What one could say potentially is this is making some sort of bull flag for a move to the upside. I wouldn't be so keen in playing this, but at the end of the day, you do have the potential, I suppose, that you form a bull flag here. I think you're really going to see that one to start to break back above $1,850. I must admit, I'm not really that keen on trading Ethereum right now. I do not hold any, I'm not giving financial advice, of course, but I think I would like to see maybe back above 1,850 for a little bit of sign of strength, maybe start to see that volume increase as we break out the bull flag. Hey, you have a potential trade from a bull flag. Not necessarily expecting it, but at least it gives you a technical trade. No, at least it gives you a technical trade that you could base something off of. I personally don't feel it's that likely, but I suppose you're coming back down once again to this CC region. You are obviously back down at support on your Bitcoin pair. But the thing is, when you're trading Ethereum, you're going to have to watch Bitcoin. You're going to have to watch ETH BTC. So you're not just looking at Ethereum here. So if you start to break up here, you have to be thinking Bitcoin's breaking up as well. Because if ETH starts doing this, but then Bitcoin decides to drop, well, it's going to end like this with 99% certainty. So Ethereum USD, even if it starts to break here, but then Bitcoin breaks down, well, this is going to break down too. This is why I also don't really like to trade altcoins, because they're so pegged to Bitcoin. You might as well just trade Bitcoin. Yeah, this is literally the only thing, if I'm being totally honest with you, it's the only thing that I can see on ETH. And the last hope, I suppose, is that this ends in a bull flag. That you have to get back above 1,850 for this to be a bull flag. I personally wouldn't long where we are here, if I'm totally honest with you. Like, people can do what they want. You know, I'm not telling anybody what to do here. I personally wouldn't long ETH here, though. But I'm not so aggressive, and I'm also not bothered if I miss the move. But, you know, I personally wouldn't long ETH here. Maybe if we get above 1,850 with that increase in volume, with Bitcoin also breaking up, then yeah, Ethereum probably a bit of a better trade looking, because the Bitcoin pair is back down at the CC. You'd obviously want to see that bouncing as well. So there's a few different factors to consider. Ethereum USD, you want to see it above 1,850 with the increase in volume, with Bitcoin breaking up, to be totally honest with you, and you want to see that ETH BTC pair holding support at the very least. Even better if it starts to bounce once again off this CC. If you get that together, hey, Ethereum probably heading back up to around $2,000. If that doesn't happen, Ethereum BTC continues to move down, you do not really regain 1,850 on an increase in volume. I think you're going to likely see Ethereum USD move down, back down towards, I'd say about I want to say $1,650. That's about another $100 down from here. That really is how I'd approach ETH. Doesn't have to be confusing. You know, my analysis here is pretty simple, and I literally could trade off of this simple analysis. It doesn't have to be confusing, doesn't have to be complex. Keep it simple, keep it sweet. Yeah, that's my opinion on Ethereum. It really is. I don't need to confuse anybody. I don't need to make it complex. That literally is how I would trade it. Looking for a bull flag. If it doesn't, I'll look down for 1,650. To be totally honest with you, yeah. So that's my opinion on Ethereum. But could you take a quick look at Cardano? I've already planned to look at Cardano, so I will look at Cardano for you. That's no problem at all. Let us see the Rolex. Show us the rainbow. You want to see this? You might have wondered why I'm wearing. I had to put it on show. I don't like to. I'm not really a guy that kind of likes to brag and things, but yeah, this one I am pretty happy with. This is the Rainbow Daytona. This is a watch literally that I have wanted for. It doesn't do it justice when we're not in direct sunlight. You know, if you have a light on this, if you have it in direct sunlight, you get a bit more justice. But hey, this is a watch personally that I've wanted for literally a long time. And this for me is like a real big personal goal. You know, I'm very happy, to be honest, to say I own this watch, because not many people are ever in their lives going to be able to say this. You know, I'm not trying to brag, and I know some people are going to be like, hey, this is really braggy, but I'm not trying to brag. I am honestly very proud to say I can own this watch. You know, a lot of hard work has gone into this. Yeah, so everybody asking, there you go. I'm very content. Obviously, this is the thing, yeah. We can talk about this. I suppose we can. I'm going to try and integrate this back into trading. Why it's really interesting to think about the value of things. Yeah, let's try and add some. Well, I'll try and add some value to talking about the Rolex as I talk about the value of buying and selling. The topic of supply and demand. I truly do think that this is going to be an interesting topic to talk about. So how this all came about. Well, the Rainbow Daytona, you cannot go to Rolex and just say, hey, I want to buy a Rainbow Daytona. They're actually just going to say, no, you know, this is not happening. You're not going to buy this from us. Why? This watch is ultra rare. It's not even in like full-blown production. You know, you're going to be told, I'm really sorry, but you're never going to see this watch. So this is the first thing to bear in mind, supply and demand. So the demand for this watch, you have to remember, the cheapest you're ever going to see this watch, in my opinion, is, if you're very, 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 very lucky, 250 grand. More realistic, 350. So the watch, and the watch retails at 90 grand. You know, you could maybe be lucky, pick this up. You know, it's not going to happen. But the thing is, it's all about supply and demand. So there's a lot of demand. Obviously, not many people are going to spend that much on a watch, but talking about relative demand, for a lot of people, that's considered not a lot of money. But the demand of the watch is relatively high and the supply is ultra low. So if we try and talk about this in terms of supply and demand and Bitcoin, well, we can start to see comparisons now, can't we? Is the supply of Bitcoin in demand right now? We can say yes, the supply of Bitcoin is in demand. A lot of people are wanting to buy Bitcoin. This is why you're not having a dip. This is why you're not able to see big decreases in price, because whenever you get these dips, like today, whenever you get these dips, people are ready and waiting to buy it up. So every time you get the dip, it's bought up, bought up, bought up, bought up, bought up, bought up, bought up. You see this? Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. What does this tell you? This does tell you that in this local uptrend, the demand is very high. Every dip is instantly bought up. Why am I talking about this? I suppose I can talk about this on public. I was having a chat with some people in the Champions group. So we obviously have a pretty nice community, I want to say, you know, where people are talking every day. And I paid 11 Bitcoin for the watch, so about $500,000. And I got ridiculed, almost laughed at. I obviously don't get offended by it, but a lot of people were laughing at me for paying over the odds. You know, I could have got this watch about 25-30% cheaper, but hey, I'm not actually that bothered. But you know, a lot of people were laughing at me saying, hey, this is a really stupid idea. Why did you pay this so much for this watch? You literally could have got it 30% cheaper. You know, 11 Bitcoin, you literally got ripped off. X, Y, and Z, you know, loads of different people laughing at me. But at the end of the day, it's all about supply and demand. So the thing is, if you are trying to wait around for ages, then yeah, maybe this watch comes up for 300k and you're able to get a pretty good deal. Maybe you can even get it for 250k if you get a very, very, very good deal, but I think it's unlikely. But at the end of the day, I'd wanted this watch for many, many, many years. I put out the post in YouTube, literally from a YouTube video. I mentioned that I wanted this watch. I had a member from Chart Champions contact me. Well, actually, I had like 10 people contact me. And a lot of them seemed a bit scammy. And one guy did seem really legit, and so we, you know, progressed. And hey, I was really happy with it and everything. But at the end of the day, my want for the watch was really high. I knew the demand was low, and this is where you have to pay over the odds. I was also happy to pay more than average commission. Obviously, the guy that found me it and recommended me it, I am giving I don't know what's the right word, a good tip, you know, giving him extra money. So this is also involved in the extra cost. But it's like the whole thing is, it's all about the supply and demand. So if somebody's willing to pay more, then this is going to drive up prices. You know, like, period. Like it's just all about how much of it is available in the market. Obviously, if there was millions of the watch, then it's going to be relatively low. Same about Bitcoin here. You know, the demand is really high, so these dips are bought up quick. If you're able to get down on the dips, they're not lasting long. You know, look at this. You had the dip today. Look how quickly it's bought back up. The dip instantly bought back up. So the dips are very, very quickly bought up. Like every single dip, really, really quick recovery, quick recovery, quick recovery. And this is because the demand is high. Look at this, you know, dip, really quickly bought up, the uptrends, very quick. And so this just relates back to the watch. It's like, you know, hey, I know a lot of people were laughing at me and saying all these things, but hey, you know, if I'm happy to pay the price, I'm happy to pay the price, you know. And for me, I wasn't really that bothered about paying this. For me, it's like, hey, I'm not really that bothered, you know, but yeah, that's just my perspective of why you have to be thinking all the time in, you know, when you're looking to buy something, when you're looking to even trade Bitcoin, you have to be always remembering, you know, how, you know, what signs are there at the demand side? What's the signs that this, you know, the supply is relatively scarce, because this is going to influence the price. Also, things that are going to influence the price, I suppose, are things such as, you know, what does this guy consider as expensive? What guy doesn't, you know, I could say, I could laugh at people, hey, you're buying Bitcoin at $57,000. This is crazy. But then so another guy says, hey, I'm happy to buy at $57,000 because I think this is going to be worth $100,000 in a few months. You know, so it's all about it's very relative to each person's viewpoint, I suppose, you know. But then this is why I love the community. I love the memes, because I managed to make this back. Managed to make that back in one trade. Like, no, actually, this was in 2 trades. But on that day, that was actually off of this scenario. That was when we done this trade. This was so perfect. So this was on the 10th, and managed to take that trade. It was literally trading off the weekly again. So on the 10th, traded the short of the weekly, managed to long then the exact low of the move. So I literally took the short of the exact weekly down into the long, and once again, hey, but that was absolutely brilliant. We had some celebrations because I'm pretty sure like literally 90% of the group all again, we're not a singles group, we're not giving financial advice. We had about 90% of the group also taking the exact same trade. And yeah, this is where you're like, you know, at the end of the day, hey, I made 11 Bitcoin for the watch, but I made it back literally in 2 trades. So it's like, also, I love this GIF. But yeah, some guy made this, and you know, that's also why I'm not that bothered about it, you know. But hey, memes alone are worth 200 quid in the community. But you know, this just part of trading, part of life, you know. Obviously you have to be trading quite heavy sums to make that back, but you know, you're gonna have money to make money, I suppose. As we are seeing a bit of a pullback here off this weekly now. Seeing a bit of a pullback here. This is why I don't want to FOMO into the highs. Because already you're getting a bit of a dip here on Bitcoin. Oh yeah, look at this. So you are getting a bit of a pullback here. Oh, 62 million. Wow. Okay. All positions closed. 62 million shorts here, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. Yeah, a lot of heavy selling coming in here. 63 million now. Well, this is random. But this is why. You know, I can't you know, this is why I want to emphasize why I don't want to buy up at the highs. This is where, if you're long in here, this is where you're taking profits. Remember what I literally said at the start of the video? This is where you are taking profits as in my opinion, a sensible trader. And while everybody else is FOMO buying up here, you're literally selling. And now, for example, you could even buy back here because you're literally getting a bit of a drop. Yeah, I'd say, but if you reclaim 57,100, then hey, you get a nice long opportunity, no? So yeah, this is why you don't FOMO in. Okay, literally, you know, anyway. Yeah, what else did I want to cover? I wanted to cover Cardano. Yeah, let's cover Cardano now. I want to just take a look at Bitcoin here because I am interested in this a bit more than Cardano. Let's just really quickly see how this progresses. 75 million. Wow, this shorts long's closing a lot here. Yeah, this is mad. 74 mil. Even I'm interested in this. 1 second. Even I can't resist jumping on this. Yeah, it's mental. Yeah, look at this. 74 mil coming in here. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you got to be aware of your weeklies, not FOMOing into the highs. Essentially just trading the charts. You know, if you block the emotions, I don't feel you would have seen there was a trade up on that resistance. But hey, look at this. It's crazy. Okay. Yeah, that's just really surprised. I wasn't expecting this to come in. Look at this, 95 million. This is really great. It's really, I wasn't really necessarily expecting it, to be honest. But hey, you see 95 million come in. That's pretty funny. You know, and this is the thing. Like the market can turn, bam, like the market turns. You know, the market literally can change so rapidly, so rapidly. Yeah, really, really, really rapidly. Let me just see here. So what do we have going on over the last 24? Oh, okay. Obviously coming back into support here. I would literally, yeah, I would say coming back into this is obviously the point of control. So we are coming back into the point of control of the range. Yeah, this in my opinion is actually support. I'm not gonna lie. I would imagine a bounce, to be honest with you. I would imagine a bounce. This is the support level. You know, you got your support coming in here. Yeah, I do think this is a bounce. I mean, you have like 3 different reasons to bounce here. So let's just say I would prefer to long the dip, then long into weekly resistance. You know, you have a few different reasons why you can bounce. Yeah, you do. Oh no, didn't want to do that. I need to transfer around something. Yeah, this is nice support. I really do think so. Well, I mean, look over there. Already we're kind of getting this bounce underway. So, yeah, this is already up 0.5%. And this is why sometimes you just have to be prepared to buy when it looks really bad. Not get scared, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about scalp trades, but I think you have enough confluences. Hey, there you go now. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about Cardano. I did want to talk about Cardano. Let's just hide all these things again. Yeah, my opinion on Cardano. My opinion on not necessarily how can I do this in a nice way? How can I talk about Cardano in a nice way? Actually, yeah, no. Before I talk about Cardano, and I am keeping my eye on Bitcoin here. On the other screen, I'm trading it, but so I am going to keep my eye on Bitcoin. If anything major happens here, we'll come straight back to it. But I would like to just talk you all through really quickly the giveaway that we're doing. Hey, so if you want to win a chart champions cat, win some chart champions merch, obviously this is the thing, as we're saying here, that not even money can buy. So the demand is high. Lots of people would like to buy this stuff. I've seen the messages, but it's not for sale. It's not for sale. The only way you can actually be having the chart champ merch is by winning it. So yeah, I want to talk about this for a few minutes. If you're interested in winning some chart champ merchandise, specifically the cap and hoodie, hey, you can win it right now, potentially. We're doing the giveaway. Really simple to enter. Really, really, really simple. All you got to do is create a post on Instagram. So what's a post on Instagram? I know lots of people actually created an Instagram just to enter this giveaway. A post on Instagram is this. Okay, so this is a post on Instagram. So you need to create a post on Instagram and really simply put that post of your trading setup or your best winning trade. So either a really nice winning trade or your trading setup, and just put hashtag chart champions in your Instagram post so we can see some of the entries here. I'm not going to announce a winner right now, but hey, look, we got Andrea using her kid for some bait of wanting to win. I love it. But yeah, this is what you got to do. You see, you should put hashtag touch champions, best community ever. Happy to read that. Happy to read it. But basically, you add that hashtag and you're entered into the competition. Here we are. Not perfect setup, but every little helps. Hey, it's a nice setup in the kitchen. In the kitchen. I like that. You're in for a chance of winning. We're in for a chance of winning the comp. Look at this. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh wow, this is yeah, this is nice. You got the RGBs. Everybody loves the RGBs. Look at this one. Full on RGB computer. Ready and waiting for the champions train, losers complain. Wow, I love that. Champions train, losers complain. Yes. You only get out of the market what you put in. Oh, look at this. Guy was targeting 55,300 for the CCV setup. Hey, he done it. And he managed to get into the position of he had his very own exactly as predicted moment after sticking to the plan. Awesome feeling. Thanks, Daniel. Brilliant, man. Absolutely brilliant. Look at this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It bounced. And yeah, look at this. Really cool. So yeah, we'll be going through those and picking a winner. Very simple. How to enter. Once again, all you need to do to enter this competition is follow over on Instagram, like this post, and then really simply post your own picture of your trading setup or your best winning trades. And yeah, I'll go through the hashtags and look at it. So like this, wow, look at this. So this guy longed 54,000. It's now sitting at 58,000. What can I say? Chart Champions is the best. Learned a lot from this group and happy to change my job and life soon. The guy's literally changing his life totally from what he's learning. And that is, what can I say? That's why we're here. That's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I love it. So there you go. If you want to win some merch, that's how you can do it. Thought I'd talk about that quickly. And look at this bounce. This is absolutely beautiful. We're coming back in. So I am actually going to take a profit here for the simple fact there's a potential that you go SR flip. So I do think, obviously, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not telling anybody to enter. I'm not telling anyone to exit. I'm not telling anybody what to do at all with their trades. Okay? I'm not telling anyone. I need to be very careful with this because, yeah, it's very important that you acknowledge I'm not giving anybody any advice. But personally, I'm happy to take a profit here. As we come back up, as we come back into an SR level, yeah? So let me do this right now, and then we'll continue. And I'm just going to get out at market because why not? What should we do? I'm just wondering whether I'd take 50% or not. I'm just going to hold fire. I'm just looking at this order book. I'm just going to hold this and maybe try and trail my stop loss. You see this though? You literally come straight back into your support. Oh, it's so easy. It's so easy, man. Yeah, I'm not actually going to take profits. Yeah, I think we're going to push a little bit higher. I'm going to monitor this and just mark it out when I see some weakness. But hey, this is how you make it back with one trade. Look at this. It's really strong. And you see the thing, yeah? I saw, well, I was commentating it. We saw 95 million. You saw 95 million, but this is the thing. You don't get scared by this. When everybody is scared and fearful with nearly 100 million, you look to long this. Well, I'm not telling anyone what to do, but in my opinion, you come into supports, you know, I don't know what else to say, to be honest. Like, you come into support. Would you sell here? You know, this is obviously stupid. Why would you sell when price is going down? Remember what I said? You want to look for longs while price is going down and sell when price is going up. I'm not even taking my first take profit yet because this is still tearing. But hey, like, look how I don't even want to say anything. Again, I'm going to let my trades do the talking. I don't need to say anything. Yeah. I don't need to add anything onto this. Crazy bounce. Really, really, really nice. Oh, you're getting your liquidations come in now? I'm not taking profits yet. I'm just looking at it. There's no weakness at the moment. Again, no financial advice I'm giving you. Not telling you what to do with your money. I'm still hanging fire. I'm still not taking profits. Looking for another push. I just see the order book is fully stacked. Yeah, it still looks good. And a really stacked order book. Really is. Look at that. You literally come straight into your support. And this is the thing. Just think of this, yeah? Everybody that bought up here, what probably happened? Everybody that bought here probably got stopped out. It hit their stop loss, or they got liquidated. And now I'm going to take my first take profit. I am going to lock that in now. It's changed. I'm happy to take 50%. For me, that is enough to take out, again, just 50%. But hey, I want to pay myself. So there you go. This is a winning trade for me now, whatever happens. So we can go back to concentrating. We can go back to concentrating on this now. Keep our eyes on this. But hey, I'm content now. I'm content. Nice move. Nice little scalp. And hey, the rest will come back and we'll watch this as it progresses through the evening. But hey, sometimes you just gotta take those trades. So yeah, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, the giveaway, if you're interested in that. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this as well, actually. So, I do want to talk about this for a second. Obviously, this is the brilliant thing about having a guy running the community hey, we run competitions and we give back to the community, and not only in terms of giveaways of merch, but also in terms of giveaways of actually giving away money. Not to be constructed as financial advice or legal advice or anything like this. But hey, we run competitions. And obviously we ran a competition the other day where we gave, how much was it? 2.5 Bitcoin? We gave away like 2.5 Bitcoin. We ran season 1, we gave away 2.5 Bitcoin. I think this competition was 1.5 Bitcoin that we gave away because the entry was lower. But yeah, this is the story of When Sailing, the absolute legend champion member that trades and lives on a boat. Okay, so this is really inspirational, really cool. Like, he trades and lives on a boat. He's living his dream. This is him watching the Contenders live stream from the boat. Like, how cool. But yeah, he was the winner of the trading competition that we done. That was obviously open the Chart Champions Champions League that we run. Season 1 winner was obviously Patrick. You've seen his interview. Season 2 winner was the Hopper. He walked away with $26,000 for winning first prize. Obviously, prizes were for the top 10. Better guy couldn't have won it. A few really nice posts here that you can see and look into. This was his post where, you can read this. He's very grateful with what he's learned, but this really does emphasize and hopefully inspire people of, get the guys come in, no trading knowledge, built it up over the course of months. And hey, now he's walking away, winning competitions, living on a boat, living his dream, all for, I think that's pretty inspirational now. Putting a lot of hard work. And then what happens? Hey, he puts in hard work and then he is literally reaping the rewards. What a better guy couldn't have won it. Honestly, really, 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 really cool. You want to see something even better? The guy turned 0.025 Bitcoin, just over $1,000, to 1 Bitcoin in 1 month of trading. 0.025 to 1 Bitcoin in 1 month. And the trading included no gambling, no extreme leverage. but just taking the high probability trades based off of the top technical analysis. See, turning 0.025 Bitcoin to 1 Bitcoin in 1 month for trading. Incredible. And that just really does emphasize, oh man, look at this. This is why you also take profits, yeah? This is why also you take profits, because, you know, you get nice entries, you get nice take profits. Again, I didn't actually close fully, but I closed 50%. Hey, if I wanted to, I could buy back lower, you know. But basically, what I'm saying is, you know, you wait for these trades. A lot of the trades with good technical analysis, you are able to get to the dollar, to the dollar, to the dollar, to the dollar. Looks like magic. Maybe you might be magic, but look at this. There's like evidence, people doing it, not just me. Just look through all the money shots here. You're seeing members doing this all the time. Yeah, look at this. This guy joined Chart Champions. He traded the CCV setup. He earned $800. People making lots of percentage gains. Thank you for educating us. You know, you're seeing a lot of people do this all the time. So the evidence, not only in my trades, but people doing this. Look at this. There was Victor's. You know, I'm talking about Coach Victor. There's Coach Victor's short from 55,500. Oh no, sorry, long from 55. Oh, he must have done that this morning. So that was okay. So that was the long of the low of the CCV. Closed it at 57,300. You're seeing, you know, you're just seeing a lot of really cool things here. Not a money shot, but a real value buy with all my profits from Chart Champions since January. 4K bike. This guy purchased a bike with his trading profits. You know, this is how beautiful this is, yeah? This is beautiful. Long from the CCV target, weekly VWAP. People also down, longing in the exact lows. You know, how beautiful is this? People learning. I think this really is all you need. This guy, Haymaker, the legend himself, trading up to a Bitcoin here, 68 grand. It's just, yeah, the success stories are real. Hey, what can I say? Happy to be here, happy to help, and for the yeah, our trades do the talking for us. We don't need to do any. I don't need to say anymore. No. So there you go. I wanted to talk about Cardano, didn't I? So yeah, if you guys and girls want to participate in the giveaway, that's over on Instagram. If you guys and girls want to participate in the next season 3 of the Champions League, where we're literally giving away hundreds and thousands of dollars, hey, we're happy, more than happy to, you know, we're making profits trading, or why not share the profits? So yeah, for the next competition, we'll be giving away, I'm sure, obviously in connection with Bybit. Shout out to Bybit. If without Bybit, it isn't possible. Without Bybit, none of this is possible. Bybit are the sole amazing best exchange in the world. So shout out to Bybit with 100%. If you're interested in trading on Bybit, this is my primary trading exchange. This is where I do all my trading, and this is where I think is the #1 crypto trading exchange. They've just released the new contract, and honestly, we wouldn't do any of this without them. It would not be feasible, would not be possible to record and do everything. You know, without them, it's not possible. Any of it. So yeah, I love Bybit. I'm more than happy to say this is my exchange of choice. And as you can see here, if you're interested in joining Bybit, we do have a affiliate. We're obviously our affiliate. We are an affiliate with them. What that means is if you join Bybit, we will get rebates on your fees. So we will share in the profits, but it also means you get discounts. The current discount with Bybit is you got the $200 extra deposit bonus. So if you deposit on Bybit, hey, you get an extra $200. Obviously, on our deals page, we currently do have deals for Binance, FTX, eToro, which is stock trading, KuCoin, altcoins, Femex altcoins, really, Prime XVT, TradingView itself, and ExpressVPN for if you need a VPN for trading anywhere or doing anything. You know, you got a VPN deal here, but my obviously choice where I love and I'm going to stay is I love Bybit. What can I say? Just some of the trades that I take are not possible on any other exchanges. Bybit has the best liquidity. Bybit has the best fees, has the best fees out of all of these people. Bybit has the best fees, best liquidity, never goes offline. Binance is always going offline. I would never trade there in my life. Hey, I'm a big fan of Bybit. I'm happy to show them. Of course, this is an affiliate link, but everybody wins on it. You get deposit bonuses, we get rebates, and I also just honestly do think it is the best exchange, and I am happy to trade on it, to be totally honest with you. So if you're interested in that, I'll leave this in the comment section. I have to shout them out because I'm telling you, none of this is possible without Bybit. They are yeah, I'm happy to shill them. I think they're brilliant. So yeah, there's that as well if you're interested. And obviously all of our deals are over on the deals page on the website. That was yep. Yeah, there you go. That's everything. So you can pause and read through this if you want to pause and read that. If you want to pause and read this, you can pause and read that. If you want to pause the screen and read this, you can pause and read that. But there you go. So back to Bitcoin. No, back to Cardano. So we'll wrap it up with Cardano here now. Wrap it up with Cardano. And then we'll end with a bit of Bitcoin, I suppose. We'll take a final look at Bitcoin after we've looked at Cardano. I mean, I don't know how to talk about Cardano without offending loads of people. Whenever I talk about Cardano, it's generally not very liked opinion that I give. Hey, what can I say? I've been talking about Cardano a bit. You want to see some posts from my champions group? Guy bought Cardano. He thinks it's going to go $10. I say, why do you think Cardano is going to go $10? Because someone on YouTube told you it's going to go to $10. And literally everybody is shitting Cardano super hard. Every video I saw over the past few weeks is Cardano is going to $10. Cardano is going to $5. Cardano is going to all these crazy sort of numbers. Like everybody was shitting Cardano ultra hard, ultra hard. I'm saying, hey. This was while Cardano was up like 30% from where we are here, by the way. If you want to buy Cardano, you're going to get wrecked. The guy literally wanted to sell his Bitcoin into Cardano. And I'm not even joking here when I'm literally saying, I think you're going to get wrecked. If you sell your Bitcoin into Cardano here, I do think you're going to get wrecked. See some more posts I said about this. Cardano is going to dump so hard. You heard it here first. I posted that. Yeah, almost at the highs. And Cardano is down 50% from the high. 50% at the high. And I understand people hate it when I talk about Cardano in this light because everybody is ultra invested into it. It's so shield. Ultra shield altcoin. I'm not telling anyone to buy Cardano. I'm not telling anyone to sell Cardano. I'm not giving any advice. All I'm doing is recognizing this was ultra shield, ultra overextended. And hey, we're already down 50% from the highs, and that was the key resistance of 0.0, basically 3,200 sats, which I called as a key resistance, and it was literally the exact high, by the way. But hey, not to brag too much. Yeah, my opinion on Cardano is, well, you're finally actually hitting support. Finally hitting support. It has retraced nearly 50% in the past few weeks here. You know, this is what I'm saying. Even if you were bullish on Cardano, this was obviously the CC. So if you were not taking profits at the CC, I'm pressing F on my keyboard because usually you kind of should have. But yeah, you obviously hit the CC. We got this retracement. We're back into our support zone. Cardano, basically, in my opinion, massively overhyped. People were putting their life savings into this at the highs. I saw the messages and I truly thought this is going to happen again. People are going to get wrecked. And people were buying heavily up here. Hey, the warning signs were there. But people want to believe what they want to believe. And they FOMO into it. Investment down 50% in a few weeks. And yeah, now this is obviously the time to buy. You don't buy up here. Hey, you're finally coming back into support. And I do believe you are now coming back into support. So yeah, Cardano, I truly do believe is back into its support zone, back at around this 1,800 sats. Yeah, pretty decent support for a local bounce. You know, if I wanted to buy Cardano, then I would buy it here. You know, I really want to be careful with what I say, and I know people hate it when I diss altcoins. But hey, I'm not here to be anyone's friend. So I personally, yeah, if you didn't sell up here, hey, I think this is crazy, but I'm not here to make fun of anyone or anything like this. I'm just saying, this is the time where one would look, if you're bullish on this for the long term and you think it's going $100 or whatever. Hey, then this is an area of value. This is not an area of value. This is massively overextended. This is an area of value because you're actually back into support. What? We're back into the point of control of the prior range. So, you know, point of control is a good support. If you lose this point of control, wow, that's going to look really bad. Yeah, I think you'd probably head back down towards 1,200 sats. So yeah, this 1,800 is really important, I really do think. Yeah. Yeah, I feel 1,800 to 1,700, really, really, really important. If you lose 1,700 sats, wow. I think you're going to head all the way down to 1,200 sats, and that would be crazy. But until proven otherwise, 1,800, 1,700 is support, of course. If you lose 1,700, wow, I think that's going to hit 1,200. Yeah. That honestly is my opinion on Cardano. This is a massive important support. If you honestly, it's so important. If you lose that support, things could get very juicy to the downside. So if you're bullish on the project, you don't want to see that lost, I don't think. Time will tell. Maybe we bounce where we are here. At the end of the day, I'm not going to trade it. I honestly don't really care. All I'm doing is recognizing the signs that this was the time to sell. I'm recognizing that this is your important support. If you lose that important support, I think you come 1,200. So this is really, really, really important support now, yeah? Really important. Because if you lose this, it's going to head down into the abyss. But obviously you're at support right now, so time will tell how this holds up or not. I'm not bothered either way because I'm not going to buy it, so or sell it. You know, I don't short Cardano, I don't long it, so whatever happens, it really doesn't affect me. But for the people, I know lots of people that watch Chart Champions do trade Cardano, and I know I managed to help some people as well. A lot of people did sell up at the highs, and they're very happy because even if they're bullish, they get to buy back 30% more Cardano now. But anyway, we're not giving financial advice. People got to do what they want. But at the end of the day, this was our key resistance into the CC. The CC to 3,200. Hey, we rejected off the CC. We make our way down 50% almost to 1,800. This is support now, 1,800 to 1,700. Important support. If we lose this important support, I think you get all the way down to 1,200. So this is very important support. Really, 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 really important. That's pretty clear, no? Pretty clear indeed. Bitcoin retracing it. And I'm so happy with it. You see that though? I managed to take profit at basically the high of the move. I managed to log at almost the high. I locked in 50% profits at almost the high of the move. And that was just from reading the order book, of reading that this was the time to sell. You see how I held on? I held on. I recognized that this was the high. I took profits 50% and with basically retraced now the whole move. That's how you read the order book. Yeah. That's why you take profits, and that's why you read the order book. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. I think I've covered everything that I want to cover. I suppose I'll end saying with this. If you want more information about what we do, obviously we do have all the learning modules. So if you want the education behind the way that we enter exit trades, we got all the education on the website. We are an educational group, and my throat is dying right now. We got all the education on the website. So if you want more details on this, I'll put it in the chat box. This is chartchampions.com, where you can get all the educational material that you would ever need. Literally. We cover everything. We even cover our strategies that we use, which includes the CCV setup. I was going to go in more detail in this, but my throat is dying. I do need to wrap it up. I'm sorry. I got a Champions live stream on Sunday. So if you're interested in me watching me delete everything on my charts, doing a new trade from scratch, that's obviously, we got a Champions live stream on Sunday, which is the 14th. Will be my next Champions live stream. And obviously we're doing content all the time. Spontaneous live streams in the day. More live streams than you can ever need. the educational chat in the day. And yeah. That's everything. Getting a bit of a bounce there on Bitcoin, but yeah, I think I've talked you through everything that I really wanted to. Talk you through my opinion on Bitcoin on the medium term, why I'm not going to trade the breakout, why I'm looking for a flat. I'm personally looking for an Elliott wave flat, and I'm giving you some tips, I believe, on Ethereum with the bull flag, Cardano with the important support, Bitcoin with the way that we look to buy dips and not FOMO into the highs. I think you saw an example live at a time of me. I mean, I wasn't extremely clear, but you kind of see how I'm looking to take my entries, how I am monitoring, although you didn't see the screen, but I'm talking you through when I'm taking my exits. And you saw it was basically almost the low of the move. Even when I saw 90 million, this doesn't scare me. And then you saw me take profit literally at the absolute high of the move. So you saw that live in the time. You saw my thought process for the next few weeks. The levels, if we break up for that big 1-to-1, why this is a big take profit target. I personally am not going to long the breakouts. I wouldn't even long the weekly here. And I'm looking for an ABC flat. If you want more information, if you want more details, hey, we got all the details that you could need over at chartchampions.com. That's me signing out. If you're interested in our deals, that's obviously over on the website. Hope you thoroughly enjoyed, and I'll have to see how this performs up against my the old videos. So if you have enjoyed, really appreciate a thumbs up on the video, really appreciate a like. Make sure you subscribe to not miss any other videos. And yeah, that's going to be me signing out for this evening. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Catch you over in the Discord, and have a brilliant day. That's me and the Daytona. Finally got that in my hands. Thank you to the Chart Champions member who secured this for me. Money well spent. Yeah, that's us signing off, everybody. Thank you ever so much. And hey, have a brilliant day. Cheers, everybody. Love you all. And goodbye. Cheers.